Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Josh, aka Let Me Serenade You, and today we got a video on why you should root your Android device. Rooting is a pretty scary term. A lot of people are really worried on whether or not it's safe, and I guess the question remains, if you got patience and you've got the time, you got to root. There's no question about it. You only gain from this process. I mean, I've seen phones that are rooted that run better than phones that are not rooted, that are just stock. So, without further ado, rooting, what does it allow you to do? Basically, rooting lets you access the system files, different types of applications, theming. You get the option to download ROMs, which are basically replacement operating systems, different types of kernels, which will affect the performance of your phone, whether or not it allows you to overclock, underclock, preserve battery, get better quality out of some of your gameplay aspects. There's just an amazing amount of advantages to rooting. So, rooting, it's very different for every phone, which is why it's important when you do decide to make that commitment, you've got to look at the videos. Watch them first. Do not jump into something like this because you can brick your phone. Now, a lot of people ask, well, what's the difference between a jailbreak and a root? Number one, a jailbreak is on an iPod. So if you're ever around an Android guy and you use the term jailbreak, you're probably going to get hit in the face. Rooting is strictly for the Android operating system. And rooting lets you delete system applications, which is big, because nobody ever really uses Blockbuster. Who uses Blockbuster to download videos anyway? That's why we have Netflix. But anyway, you can get rid of system applications, free up a lot of that much needed memory. Keep stuff from running in the background because Android, to some degree, is kind of like a Windows computer. You do have a lot of stuff running in the background that you just don't want there. You want a powerful phone. So you don't have to worry about any of those things. Theming, one of my favorite things, because you can actually edit almost anything in your phone, whether it's text color, font size, different types of visual images, application edits, you name it, you can do it when you're rooted. Now, rooting also does open up the option for wireless tethering. I am not condoning wireless tethering. I'm not even going to go into it, but I'm sure you guys have heard about it, and if not, look it up. It's a pretty cool feature. However, be safe, be careful with something like that. Now, one of my favorite things about rooting is actually installing ROMs. Because right now, when you get a new phone, it's in what's called a stock phase. Very simple, very easy, not a lot of crazy bells and whistles. It's basically how Android wants you to run your phone. But in a way, it's not how you should be running your phone. When you root, you can actually get access to different types of ROMs, and there's many different ROMs. For example, different ROMs from a guy named Cyanogen, who is very popular with AOSP ROMs, which basically are how Android should have been. Very slimmed down, not a lot of bloatware, there's no sense in it, so there's no crazy widgets or anything like that. It's basically the highest performance your phone can actually see. There are also a lot of stock ROMs that actually allow different types of functionality access. For instance, on my new HTC Evo 4G LTE, this phone itself, probably about a month to almost 2 months old. Right now, I am rooted, in fact, 27 hours in, rooted, so she's doing pretty good. But I am running actually a stock rooted ROM. What it does for me, you can't really tell what it does because everything kind of looks the same as it does right out of the box. However, when I actually kick it down, I've got faster performance, snappier response time. I've got better image quality. I've also got a better camera shutter. Now I know this particular phone handles at about 5 frames a second. Whatever my man Flex360 did to this ROM, he definitely helped out a lot with the response time. Multitasking has now become something very simple, very easy to maneuver through. Let me show you guys. So Sense has this really cool type of multitasking where you got all your little applications open right here, and then if you, let's say you want to close them out, all you got to do is do a little slide up. If I can even do this, boom, and she's gone. Show you that one more time. Slide up, boom, gone. Back to my home screen. You can see almost no lag, no delay. He's also added in different modifications. Like for example, when I'm listening to music and I want to skip a track, all I got to do is, if the phone is off, hold the volume button, boom, and it skips to the next track. Some of those little subtle things that Android forgot to put into its ice cream sandwich update are now available from rooting. Now, for rooting, what I'd recommend is I'd actually use XDA. XDA, I know they've been getting a lot of heat and everything like that, but they do have some okay tutorials on how to get this thing done. There's step-by-step videos and everything. Now, the video I used is by a guy named Riga. Sorry if I'm butchering it, but he really knows his stuff. It's a completely automated type of root. You literally plug it in and go. And maybe do a few prayers because it's a pretty freaky process. Your phone will reboot a few times. Don't worry, it's cool. Once it's done though, take a breather, and the first thing you want to do is back everything up. Just keep it how it is, back it up. That way, in case you do mess up, you got a security net on there as well. So, I mean, in terms of performance, I absolutely love this phone. It's great, and rooting it just took it up to a whole nother level. So stay tuned next time, guys, when we start doing some reviews on some of the applications, some of the newer phones that are out there, and just all the other crap that's really everybody's talking about. All right, let me serenade you signing off.